Welcome to day 22, and today's verse is about happiness. Let us see that. जेनी सर्वसुखी असा कोण आहे विचारे मना तुझी शोधूनि पाहे मना त्वं चिरे पूर्वसंचित केले तया सारिके भोगने प्राप्त जाले. It's very wonderful, very thoughtful and thought-provoking about complete happiness. And here uses manaha twice. Mana, it comes in the second line and in the third line. And thanks for correcting me yesterday. In fact, Jyoti told me it's not the tire which holds the air, but it is the tube. Okay, agreed. Thanks for that. And it's all figurative terminologies. We are not going to extend the examples like that. We are trying to understand the meaning behind it as to what we are trying to say. That is of highest importance, number one. And number two, it is very nice that Lakshmi ji, she pointed out that everything was okay, but who resides was not answered. That was really a brilliant question, and if anybody wants to listen and if they ask to share the audios, kindly share, no problem in that. So who resides is $1 million question. I left it like that because actually the author here, being a Rama's devotee, he speaks about Raghava. I didn't want to explain that because, as you know, we have a mixed audience group here, and it is your deity that you are supposed to think of, that is all pervasive. And again, there is one more challenge raised by Lakshmi ji. She asked me, my deity in the sense what? Because there are two types. One is what that comes traditionally as my home deity, especially in Indian community we have that. Other one is my Ishta Devata or my Aradhya Devata. For example, even in the Mughalian kingdom, Aurangzeb's daughter had fallen in love with Krishna. So their home deity was Allah, but her Ishta Devata was Krishna. The same Krishna, you can find it here in Karnataka. Cheluvanarayana temple is that Krishna which she used to worship. So similarly, here, I don't want to go into that, anyone, because at the end of the day, all gods are the same. We are not speaking of duality here. It is Advaita. Therefore, whomsoever you think, that is pervading all through. If it is Allah, Allah. If it is Jesus, it is Rama, Rama. It is Krishna, Krishna. It is Baba, Baba. But again, when it comes to family traditions, when we are doing any function at home, then always remember, we cannot overlook and we cannot take a loop. First, you should have your homely god, Gruha Devata, and then your Aradhya Devata. In case if you are printing any cards and all for a function, first should be your home god, below that it should be Aradhya Devata. In case if you want to make it into two parts, left side and right side, which should come where? Then always remember, if you want to put two photographs of your gods, left hand side will be your home deity and right hand side will be your Ishta Devata. Yes, left hand side will be the home deity because we have the tradition of writing from left to right. Therefore, first we should invoke him and then we will invoke the Ishta Devata. Whereas official protocols are different. For example, you are publishing a souvenir, just imagine. Then, first person to sign on the souvenir for correction will be the reviewer. After reviewer signing that, the editor. After the editor, the chief editor. After the chief editor, the final authority. In case if it is an university or something like that, it will be either the dean or the principal. So first it will be a blue color signature and then a black color signature and then a red color signature and finally the green color signature. Once the green color signature is done, that is final. Then it goes for printing. Thereafter, if there is any problem in the printing, the responsibility falls on the dean or the principal. This is how it goes. Because here, when checking, it goes from lower to higher. It's not that first the highest authority first checks and then the reviewer checks. Invoking, first highest god we invoke. When it comes to workload, it goes from the lower cadre to the higher cadre. With that, I'll just stop this here. We'll take a different session on that. Now, here it says, very wonderfully, he says, what? Jeni sarvasuki asakona ahe. So here it says, whoever there be in happiness complete, O mind. So in case if you have been a subscriber for my Thought for the Day, group, then you would have seen one day we have seen about that, where a woman goes running to Buddha and asks for the revival of the sun. There Buddha says, go and get a handful of mustard from any house where there are no there. So similarly here, happiness, complete happiness, unfortunately, nobody has. And the second line he says, Vichare mana tuchi shodho nipahe. Then he says, then how to find that happiness? He says, Vichare mana, oh mind, you search yourself thoroughly to find happiness, because we have seen that the God is residing in me, therefore the happiness is also in me. In the Upanishad class we have seen Satchidananda Swarupoham Aham Ananda Swarupaha. So I am happiness without any adjectives, without anything. I am happiness. That state, how we should search for yourself. How we have to search for ourselves, that we have seen a lot of meditation verses and all. We have to practice. And then third he says, Mana Tvam Chire Purva Sanchita Kele. He says, oh dear, governed from the actions of the past, what happened? Thaya sarike bhogena prapta jale. You are what you are today, alas, based on the actions of the past. Wonderful. So God has wiped his hand. There's nothing on God's shoulders. Oh, yesterday I was talking to somebody, not yesterday, day before yesterday. सर क्या करे सर, खुदा ने बहुत नुकसान कर दिया मुझे, मेरा तीनों बेटों को वो ले गया. You mean sir, God has no work. It is our own karma. So friends, remember, what you do today, you reap tomorrow. So today be good, tomorrow you will be happy. So very clearly he says, wonderful. Taya sarike bhogena prapta jale. You have reaped the fruits for the actions you have done in the past. You have sowed a seed of sorrow in the past. Today you are sorrowful. You have sowed the seed of happiness. You are reaping happiness today. Very simple. And of course, cheaters should not take this consideration, saying that, okay, I have looted 3 lakhs because he has done something in the past. That is justification, my dear friends. You are not supposed to justify what you do, but you are supposed to always see in a broader perspective. You can cheat the whole world, but you can't cheat yourself. You can't cheat the God. So today's verse is very, very simple. So it always says, be in the present, and in the present do the best. If you are a sweeper and if you have been given a corridor to sweep, see to it that the corridor is spick and span, where people can look at the floor and comb their hair or apply a bindi. That should be the reflection there. Do to the best. And today's suggestion is, whatever is happening today is because of the past. Nothing can be done over it. Therefore, act in the present to the best of your abilities, so your future is secure and happy. So saying this, we conclude today's session here, and thanks for being with.